guys, we're starting out VMP, at least getting a qualifying pass. So we're gonna see what happens. We got 9-1 at 156 for first qualifier. The way I changed everything up yesterday, I tried to get the stall higher, tried to go over 5,000. The bike didn't like it too much this morning, so we backed everything back down. We're about 4,500, 4,300 on the two-step. I did raise the suspension up, tweaked out a little bit, so hopefully we can get a little bit more squat. I ended up finding out kind of the hard way, because there's like stress fractures on the fiberglass, is the tail was actually touching the tire so hard when it squat that around the bolts it was like stress cracking the fiberglass. So we're running Pro ET and bracket bash today, and we're just gonna see what happens. I mean, if I can get the bike to be consistent, I'm happy. I'd love to get it to go faster, because I know qualifying for top sportsman, I think we're still outside the top 32, so we're gonna try to see what happens. I mean, as long as we can be consistent Pro ET, that's all I really care about, but if we can get into top sportsman, that'd be awesome as well. But yeah, we're just gonna see what happens here the rest of the day. It's hot, so we're trying to stay cool. Went and got new canopies, have walls and stuff now, so we're fully enclosed and have fans and everything out here. So we're just hanging out and trying to see what we can get to happen this weekend. And yeah.
Re-entry for both Pro ET entry. Team will take place after this the 1 o'clock program with
Well, we're back home after another XDA event. It's actually the day after. Got home probably about 10 o'clock last night. Can't really complain. I mean, yeah, we got knocked out in round 2. Bracket bash, closest race I ever had, at least. I'm pretty sure overall, but I know for sure the closest race I ever had this year, .009 for a loss, which can't complain. That was a tight race. But the loss in round 2 of Pro ET, that was my fault. I'm still trying to get used to this thing with leaving off the button, and I just messed myself up. I jumped the light. I didn't realize I did, so I ran the pass out, and we ended up catching out to him like 1,100 feet, 1,200 feet, something like that. So it is what it is. That's racing, but still a great weekend. Got some more seat time, got the bike tweaked out, figured out some of the bugs that I had, and just got it running better. I really can't complain about the weekend. Getting pretty consistent, holding that 1.4 flat, 60 foot, and being able to run around the 850 to 840 mark. So, I mean, for me, consistency is what has been killing me, and being able to see that the bike is within 100th of itself almost every single pass, I really can't complain. It's just, I gotta get used to the button, and unfortunately when we got home today, or at least when we got home last night, I noticed it, and we might have one little issue with the Busa after we got home. I had the issue, honestly, before we went to Virginia, and I think that one, I already had a little bit of an issue. I noticed that it was getting a little wet around the seals, so I'd wipe it off every now and then if I noticed any like droplets form, but it took a while to get that to happen. Well, I think strapping the bike down to bring it home, and then also the slight wheelie, I didn't come down that hard, but I'm wondering if maybe that like quick little jar might have been enough to maybe weaken them even more. But fork seals, I think, are shot. I'm talking with my buddy at Blue Mountain Motorsports to see if he can rebuild them hopefully soon. So might not be racing this coming weekend just because of getting the forks redone, but the following weekend I'm trying everything that I can to get out to the racetrack, because the local tracks that I'm used to going to, I've been skimping on the point series this year, and I really want to get back into it because you got to support your small town tracks and support drag racing any way you can, and supporting the local guys is honestly the best way that you can. So I want to get back out and race. Plus, it's a family up there. I honestly miss running with the guys that were up there last year. There were like over 20 of us in the class last year, and I'm pretty sure there's all those same guys are back again. So I just want to get out there and do it again. But hopefully we can get it done, get the bike a little bit of TLC, and also see if I can get Pinky over there to the next XDA. So I might need you guys' help if you've watched this late in the video. There's a couple parts I'm on the search for. I've been looking on eBay. I've been looking at Marketplace, trying to figure some stuff out. But guys, like I was saying, we're going to try to see what happens. Got to get the forks redone on turbo bike. Pink bike, like I was saying, I think what we're going to try to do is the parts that I'm looking for, just because I swapped the pan from my bike over to it, but I have the oil drain tapped into it, so it doesn't look very good. I mean, I could probably JB weld over it, maybe to cover up the hole that it was tapped, but I also need to find a swing arm that actually fits that bike, because with the tail and everything, it's set up for a much, much longer wheelbase than the 8 over that the arm currently is. So I want to get rid of that 8-inch arm and hopefully upgrade to a 14 over. And then I got to get the front sprocket cover with the slave so I can run the hand clutch again, because the Gen 2, I was going to swap that clutch, that sprocket cover over, but I still need it for the Busa because that has my, what is it? I think it's a speed sensor, or it reads off the front sprocket or something like that. There's a sensor that reads off that. So I couldn't get rid of the cover altogether. So I need a new cover, new arm, new pan, and that's about it. The pink bike will be ready to go to the track, and then we can take both bikes and hopefully enjoy some good racing. Because I might, if I do that, if that bike gets consistent with a hand clutch on a long wheelbase on a basically stock motor just on 93, I think she'll do pretty good. I don't think it'll loop, so I think it'll be a lot easier to slip the clutch out on that. So we're just gonna see what happens. I wanna try to get both these down to the next XDA. And the other thing too, the reason being for that is, unfortunately, Mickey has had some troubles. I'll let him figure those out. If any of you know him and follow him, you probably know already. His blue Busa, which I'll put a link down below for it, is up for sale. He ran into some troubles with some money, and the bike was the easiest thing to get rid of to help him. So the bike is up for sale. I'll just try to post the Facebook Marketplace link down below, and you guys can go check it out. Shoot him an offer. I don't quite remember what he was asking for, but the bike's nice. The bike's set up. We put a little bit of TLC into it to make sure that it was running spot on for him, and we got it kind of dialed in for him. But again, he's just, unfortunately, some things happen, and he cannot keep pushing forward for the drag racing for this year. So the bike is up on the market and that frees up the trailer to where I can take 2 bikes to the racetrack. So I'm going to try to get Pinky for the next XDA, and hopefully if I get some testing with it, I can run it in possibly the Gamblers race. I'm not sure. If it is consistent, I wouldn't mind running it in the Gamblers, just because that's first thing when we get there Friday, and just kind of let it roll. But all right, guys, as always, hope you liked the video. If you did, give a thumbs up. You want anything more about the bikes, more about the channel, anything below, check those comments down below, or check the description down below. And don't forget to subscribe. As always, hit that little bell for notifications, and I will see you guys in the next. Remember, ride safe, ride smart, always wear your helmet. See you.